Hey, I'm very excited to unbox the Gallipoli 9 set from King & Country, something that I've been holding for a while because I wanted to do a little something special. Now, originally I wanted to build a little trench set to go with it, but that's going to come in a follow-up video. So today, I'd like to show you my World War I shelf and show you just how empty it is, and hopefully we will enrich it with some of these beautiful ANZAC soldiers. So this is the World War I shelf. It's a little slim right now, as you can see. There's not a whole lot of stuff on here, and a lot of the stuff that I actually have for this shelf is still in boxes. So I'm hoping today we're going to enrich that with some new soldiers. Here we have some Highlanders right here from World War I. This is the 1914 series, and right here. So which is obviously the early war uniforms, a lot of these. Then we also have some Germans, some from the Bavarian Infantry Regiment, the 13th. We have a lone Russian guard back there with a couple of Kiwis over here, which were opened in a previous unboxing. And then we have some ANZACs right here. This is actually sort of a preview for the Gallipoli 9 because these are also part of that set, I do believe. But they are also individual serials, so they can be purchased individually as well. And I got a really good deal on these, so I managed to snag a couple extra guys for that collection. And then here we have actually soldiers. These are Australians as well. I have two. These are from the New South Wales Infantry Regiment. They're Australians. We also have a lone Turkish trooper right here, soldier, from the Gallipoli set, and then another. And this guy actually is, so you can notice this patch here is green, which I believe means the New South Wales. And this is a light blue one, which is actually Queensland. So that's it for that. And let's get right into the unboxing so we can put those guys up on the shelf. So this is the box that contains the Gallipoli 9. The Gallipoli 9 is a value set that King & Country offers, and it's 9 soldiers from the Gallipoli conflict. All right, so we have GA002. Let's open this guy up. This is one of the bigger boxes. Let's see what's inside. So King & Country does offer a great number of these value sets. So here we go. Closer look at these. The value sets usually are individual sets that are sort of combined into like a gift set, and they offer them at a bit of a discount, and so that makes it a little bit more lucrative to buy. So this rifle is a little bit bent. I don't remember. I purchased this a long time ago, so I don't remember if these were brand new or if they were sort of a used as new type situation. So here we have an ANZAC soldier. So ANZAC is Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. That's what that stands for. And this is a Lee Enfield rifle right here. The bayonet is fixed, so he's probably on the advance moving. He's got a wound here on his forearm. He's got it bandaged up. No problem, mate. And this is the classic slouch hat. What I was wearing in the introduction of this video was not a slouch hat, obviously. It's actually my camping hat. It's the hat I wear every time I go camping. And it's become a tradition in my house. All right, and here's our second soldier who's moving forward. He's advancing, holding his rifle at the side, so he's not in range probably yet, but he's moving into position so he can get a better shot. Now, it was, I was curious why many of these soldiers, the way that they're depicted in these shirts, like the light blue or the white shirts or the beige shirts, and the answer is pretty obvious. It was very, very hot in Gallipoli. So they wore a lot of very unorthodox uniform combinations, including these shirts, shorts. And something that I also found interesting is that even in this hot weather, some soldiers still wore the entire full kit with the long pants and the long sleeve uniforms. So it must have been unbearably hot. I cannot handle any heat at all, so I would not have done well at Gallipoli or Australia for that matter. All right, so that's one box. Let's see what else is in here. I'm really thrilled for these because I have a lot of World War I soldiers that I want to unbox, and I just haven't had a chance to do it. GA003. So for those of you that are wondering, they do come in these boxes like this, and some of the boxes contain 2 soldiers, some of the boxes contain 1 soldier. It all just really just depends on how they're parceled out in this value set. Okay, so here we go. We have a standing rifleman shooting, and then another one advancing with his bayonet. So let's pop these guys out. These look like they're in pretty good condition, I gotta say. That first box had one bayonet that was a little slightly bent, but these 2 here seem to be in really good condition. So we have this guy is aiming. I think when I'm pulling them out, I'm actually bending the rifles a little bit. I got to be more careful. But it's very minor, so I can just kind of bend it back even at room temperature. So here he is standing. These are remarkably detailed. I really like these. Really like these sets. This is awesome. How many of you have seen the Gallipoli movie with Mel Gibson? It's one of my absolute favorite war movies, and it's rare because there's not a lot of World War I movies, which is kind of a shame. Although recently there have been a few, that's for sure. 1917 and Dunkirk. This guy's reloading. The soldier's reloading his rifle. The one on the left here is shooting. These are awesome. Great. These really fit well together. They're kind of in this assault mode. All right, let's get some more out. I am a huge fan of the World War I sets that King Country does. GA005. Let's see what this one is. This must be a single figure because it's a smaller box. And before I forget, I'm going to put these back in the little foam pieces, back in the boxes. I'm running out of space for all my boxes. All right, here we go. All right, oh, so this is the guy that's carrying his wounded comrade. This rifle butt is a little bit bent. Let's try to get this back to shape here. Yeah, this is the unfortunate thing. The models that have the rifle sort of like at the side like this are very prone to bending and breaking. If they are bent enough, they will break. So here's a more detailed look. I just love all the detail on the hair and the face. You can really make out a lot of details on the face. And you can even see the anguish in this soldier's face here as he's carrying his wounded comrade in the midst of battle, pulling back. Maybe the assault was unsuccessful, so he's carrying his comrade back. See some blood. He must have been shot. Amazing detail, really. These are awesome. All right, so put him back over there. Let's get this foam piece back in here. Move on to the next box. Okay, here's a smaller box. So this is also a single figure. So this is GA001. I wonder if this is the officer. When I watch my videos, when I sort of rewatch them after I recorded them, I notice that I say, and when I mention this, you will never be able to unhear it. I say, "Here we go," a lot. And I'm trying to break that habit because I don't like the way that sounds all the time. So yes, this is indeed the officer. So he's leading his men in the charge. So in the pictures, in the promo pictures, and this looks like it's brand new in box. So this guy was, I think, completely brand new. I wonder if these guys are all brand new. They all look pretty undamaged, other than the damage that I'm doing when I'm taking them out of the box. But they look relatively undamaged. Look very new. And so this is the New South Wales insignia, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It's got the green on the bottom and the black on top. And to my knowledge, there were 3 major parts of 3 major regiments of infantry. That was the Queensland, the Victoria, and the New South Wales Regiment, and they were all Australian. Now, the ANZACs actually had a mix of Kiwi soldiers, so New Zealanders as well. And I believe this is the final box. All right, let's move these guys back. Excuse me, gents. Make space. Make space. All right. This is GA004. And this, I believe, are the guys that are on my shelf, actually. So there's 2 guys. And I'm realizing now that the 9th soldier is actually the guy on the soldier's back here. So he's just, it's 2-in-1 type deal. Okay. Let's get these guys out. Yes, so these are indeed the other 2 that I have. And these are in a little bit better shape. Now, you guys probably didn't notice, but the other 2 that I showed you, one of the soldiers had the bayonet had been snapped off, and I super glued it. Let's see if I can very gently pull this one out so we don't bend it, so we don't bend the rifle. Very, very delicate. Bayonets are very, very delicate on these models. But I'm wondering if they couldn't potentially make the bayonets, because these pieces are parceled out, right? They're put together. The arms are put in, right? Everything is molded sort of separately, along even with some of this equipment. I'm wondering if they couldn't, because of that reason, because of how easy it is to damage these, I'm wondering if they couldn't just make them out of a bit of a stronger material, just the rifles at least. Because there's so many instances of me, receiving soldiers and getting them in the box and everything, and they have warped or snapped off bayonets. I think that would eliminate a lot of headaches if we use a stronger material just for that. I don't know if that's feasible from a production perspective. It's probably a lot more expensive, but I think it would be worth it. It would save a lot of headaches. So here they are. Let's put them all up here. Let's get them all in position as they're advancing. Here we go. Excellent. All right, gentlemen, let's put you on the shelf. You guys settled in?
Yeah, mate.
Okay. All right, boys. Good night.
All right, big fella.